Thank you, Dean Jelinek. Professor Bremer, Vice Chancellor Foley, distinguished faculty members, friends, and family, welcome to this wonderful event. To you, the NYU-SCPS master's degree and graduate candidates of the class of 2013, congratulations, you did it. Let's give them a round of applause. As we build up towards this event, there's a lot of excitement that goes on in our offices. And last year, I started a new tradition. As the spring comes to a close, I read all of the admissions essays for the candidates for graduation. In this way, I feel I get to know each one of you personally, your stories, and your aspirations. The multifaceted and in-depth descriptions of your desire to grow and expand your knowledge and to change the world through practice always inspire me. I would like to share some of those thoughts and aspirations with you. From a real estate development candidate, after completing the real estate development program, my goal is to build homes in which childhood memories are formed, families are made, and children can worry about one less thing and focus on what truly matters, their goals and dreams. From a global affairs candidate, I now understand that to address the challenges of today and tomorrow, it is important to think critically about the efficacy of the mechanisms through which human rights can be enforced at a local and international level. I aspire to apply such learning in future practice by addressing post-conflict justice processes with governments and international organizations. Candidate for hospitality, the power of hospitality management to bring a diverse group of people together as a community and help customers experience other cultures continues to drive my passion to excel in this field. Candidate from public relations, I would like to use my degree from NYU-SCPS to become a communications director for either a nonprofit or NGO. More than just protecting a brand or an image, I want my work to affect real people. I want to craft campaigns that bring societal awareness to pressing issues. And finally, from publishing, education is not a one-way street. It is a partnership, and I intend to be an active partner during my studies and in my career. I wish I could share each and every aspiration and thought with you, but we do not have that much time today. For class of 2013, I ask you to reflect on the reasons that led you to study with us and carry those goals with you into this next phase of your life. Be inspired as you've inspired me. You inspire me so much that when I read these essays, I want to change my career with each read. This past academic year has been very rewarding for me as the interim dean. I have met with many students and engaged in quite a few dialogues. In one such exchange, I asked the student what they liked most about studying at SCPS, and he began with the typical response about his coursework and how challenging the faculty were, but then he paused, and he said to me, SCPS is a wonderful school, but what really makes it great are the students who study here. They're like a band of quiet rebels. Unfortunately, at that precise moment, the beginning of the program, of the event that we were out, began, and we did not get to finish our conversation, and I looked for this young gentleman afterwards, and I couldn't find him. And he left me with a lot to think about. The next day, I was at home, I was in my yard, and the back door opens, and I hear my daughter calling for me, Dad, I need your help. At first, I didn't respond. One, I was lying peacefully in my hammock, and two, teenage daughters believe they know everything about the world, or at least more than their parents, especially their fathers. She called again, and I asked her, what do you need? And if you already asked your mother, then whatever she said goes. A wise man does not come between teenage daughters and their mothers. But she then responded, no, Dad, I need you. I need to know about the NYU School of Continuing Professional Studies. I was intrigued because my daughter never asked me about what I do or where I work. So I happily, ready to engage, went in the house. And she told me she had been looking for summer programs, and she happened upon the new SCPS summer programs for high school students. And she was beginning to work on her essay for admission because she wanted to do the Global Affairs and Digital Filmmaking program. And she wanted me to tell her about our students, what they study with us, but more importantly, what are they like? Considering my conversation from the night before, I responded quickly, students who choose to study at SCPS are special. They are the quiet rebels of industry and practice. And then she asked the question that I had been asking myself since the night before. What do you mean by quiet rebel, and why are you describing your students this way? And as I considered this question, and because she was waiting impatiently for an answer, I thought back to the student's quiet rebel comment, and not only what it meant, but that it was a quality deeply ingrained in a student from a time as early as high school, or even before. So I just started talking. The quiet rebel, I said, is one who has strong convictions but chooses to effect change, not by causing revolution, but instead promotes new ideas through the evolution of understanding. They consider all sides of an argument to negotiate solutions toward a more productive future. A quiet rebel possesses a multifaceted skill set. They actively listen while pursuing change. They speak with conviction, offer sound counsel, and focus on solutions through consensus building. They value the word team, and they understand the power of the individual. They are knowledgeable, they are practical, and they are thoughtful. The quiet rebel leads by example. When they are challenged, a quiet rebel does not react. Instead, they proact. They take the time to understand the underlying principles of an issue and create new and innovative solutions. They face obstacles with a stalwart conviction, always with an eye toward the future. The quiet rebel is hopeful. They face the world with an imagine what could be attitude. They consider communal needs without giving up their individuality, which quietly shows in everything they do. I paused, and I considered what I had just said. It became clear to me what the young gentleman meant by alluding to SCPS students as quiet rebels. Who chooses to study at SCPS, I said to my daughter. Students who choose to study at SCPS want to become part of a community of practice where they can lead, affect change, become part of a team, be an individual, and make the world a better place by applying the knowledge and skills they acquire. They become part of industry and organizations that impact people in their everyday lives and mold our pathways to future and growth. They are special because they understand that knowledge is strongest when applied out in the world. They are special because they understand that knowledge also enriches the quality of their own lives, not only in the workplace, but in everything they do for the rest of their days. And that was enough for my daughter. She said, "It's a lot to live up to, but I get it, Dad. I now know the qualities your school is looking for." And then we discussed her essay, and she went on her merry way. And as I look at all of you today, I agree that you have all set an example for others to live up to. Thank you, class of 2013, for being the inspiration and driving force behind the New York University School of Continuing Professional Studies. You, who are motivated and accomplished. You, who sacrificed much along the way. You, who juggled coursework, career, family, internships, global field studies, community service, and service to your school and university. You, who had to give up precious time with your family and friends. You, who did all this on a way to becoming a highly skilled professional, a globally minded citizen, and a socially minded individual, not to mention a quiet rebel. There are approximately 1,000 students who are graduating today. You have come from New York, across the country, and around the globe to learn. Each of you has his or her own story. You have studied diverse subjects so that you're prepared for life and for work. You came to NYU to SCPS to persevere and to excel, which is the NYU motto. And I have all the confidence in you that you, the NYU-SCPS band of quiet rebels, will now go out into the world and make it a better place. You have worked hard and accomplished great things, and I commend you for all that you have achieved. Along the way, there have been many people who have supported you, and I would be remiss in my duties if I did not acknowledge them. Your family members and your friends who have stood by your side, and the faculty and administrators who have taught and mentored you. All of you, friends, families, please stand up. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. And if I can ask our faculty and administration to stand, please. So class of 2013, on behalf of the faculty, the administration, and myself, I would like to congratulate you on this grand achievement and thank you for allowing us to walk alongside you during this part of your journey. It has been our great pleasure to teach you, to support you, to challenge you, and to watch you succeed. Although you are graduating, we encourage you to maintain your relationship with NYU-SCPS. We hope that you continue to deepen the connection between us by becoming active and engaged alumni, and by helping those quiet rebels of the future better understand their pathways by mentoring. Congratulations, NYU-SCPS of class of 2013. Be bold. The world is in your very capable hands.